Doctor, it's getting really interesting now, but I'll take you again to issue of gas pricing and not paying for the gas. The gas suppliers will tell you the big boys have the gas and they ain't paying us the dollars. So they have to wait for some time before we get the dollars. But that's on one side. Transmission will tell you, I can do 12,000. I can do 8,000. Discos will tell you, this is what we can receive and distribute, because they also have to be accountable for what they receive. Will all of this change with this new scheme?
Okay, so it's implementation. And I'll tell you the challenge. You see that transmission will blame distribution. No one really blames generation, save for gas issues, and save that generation companies feel they won't get their money, so they don't want to exert themselves. Transmission blames distribution. Distribution blames you and I. So distribution companies will say, you know what, I will reject. Of course, the regulation was later issued that if you reject power, there was punishment and all of that around that. So they would reject because they say if we send power to certain areas, they will not pay. And transmission will say we have the power, but distribution companies are not taking. So it's two things. If poor infrastructure, energy theft too. You know, and at the time of privatization, a number of these companies actually couldn't really afford those assets. They borrowed hugely or heavily. They were highly leveraged. And then when it was time to improve infrastructure, they couldn't improve infrastructure. Whilst I would not blame the last administration for what they did in terms of privatization, I think it was a brilliant idea. I think there were issues around the sort of people who participated in that process. Not all of them, but quite a number of them. And some of them have lost those assets already. So it's market discipline from you and I. It's market discipline from distribution. Otherwise, no one wants to generate electricity, sell, and not be able to get paid. That's where the challenge is. Getting paid, liquidity in the market, and issues around infrastructure, metering, electricity theft. I think if those issues are dealt with and state regulators or state governments or legislators can work with NERC, I think we can make progress. It's one of collaboration more than creating various markets with various problems being replicated.